Hey everybody, welcome to the Weekly Slurp. On today's podcast, we have a ton of content to talk about.
We'll take a look at some interesting news from Nintendo this week.
And what new Rockstar games are in development and can we hope to see in the future?
We're also going to take a look at the concept art for the new legendary console being released called the Mad Box.
Mad Box.
Mad Box.
It is January 12th. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Michael, aka Fearless Fox, and alongside me I have Sean, aka Sean the Sheep, and Brent right below me, and he is aka Jimmy Lutron. It's clever.
New year, new name.
Hey, yo.
That's right.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can a number of ways. You can email us at theslurp.tv@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter and or Instagram at theslurptv, or you can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/theslurptv. So what do we got today, Sean?
For some announcement of what Nintendo has for this year. But instead, we got some interesting news. We actually got an interview with Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa. How do you say that? Shuntaro
Furukawa.
All right, I'm going to start that over. All right. Say it. Shuntaro Furukawa. Furukawa. Shuntaro Furukawa.
That was a good effort.
All right. Yep. He said in a little blip from one of his interviews, he says, we aren't really fixated on our consoles. And this was actually in response to a theoretical question about, like, what if the console market crashed? And he says, well, we can go to mobile games. We aren't fixated on consoles. So what do you guys think that this means for the future of gaming as a whole?
I think people blew this up a little too much. I think almost every website or gaming app I saw, like a lot of social media, showed the tagline of Nintendo not fixated on consoles. What does this mean for their future? And after doing the research, I don't think he's saying like, oh, we're done with consoles at all. He's very clearly saying like, hey, we had a lot of success with iPhone apps and different things like that, and Nintendo's never been the traditional console anyway. Like the last couple, let's see, like you had the Wii, the Wii U, and now the Switch, and they're all, I think, moving towards mobile, but I don't think it means they're gonna only make apps or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Brent?
Yeah. I mean, they're excited about mobile games, and honestly, their mobile games are, out of like all the millions of them that are out, they're pretty decent. Their newest one, Dragalia Lost, is a gacha game, and it's one of the fair ones in terms of the money they ask you to spend on it. And so they're coming out with a bunch more on their many properties. And so they've got a future in mobile gaming for sure, but I don't think it'll be a while. It'll be long term before they even consider backing away from home consoles. And so I don't think the Switch is the last one they'll ever make for sure. They might start heading towards a game streaming centered console. Because that seems to be getting popular these days. And it looks like Xbox and the PS5 are coming out in the future too. It looks like they're working on that. So I'm sure they want to still put stuff out to compete against those, but I'm sure it won't be like anything we'll be expecting. Like Michael has said, they always come out with new ways to play. So who knows? Maybe the next one, you control it with your mouth.
Ah. Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
That was an awful joke. Okay. So we're going to move on.
Yeah, I hear this, though, and I think, man, good for Nintendo that they are going to stick with it even if things go south for the consoles. But right now, they're going strong with the Switch, and looks like all the other consoles are going strong. And Rockstar definitely thinks that there's a future in consoles because it seems like Rockstar's put some job listings out for a new game and likely a new game on the next generation of consoles. So it isn't likely we'll see these projects until the new generation of consoles are released, but we can still dream about them. What kind of Rockstar projects are you guys looking forward to?
I thought it was interesting to even see this news blib, because we just had Red Dead Redemption, so I'm assuming if we're going factually, like they're doing GTA, and that's probably what I would want to see the most, either GTA or they've put out stuff like Bully in the past. I would love to see them do something new that's very open world and on the lines of Red Dead or GTA. Like I my dream is that it's a new project. And if I'm really dreaming, it's like in outer space or something like that, and very like futuristic, because I feel like that's a territory they haven't gone yet. But most likely, I think it's Grand Theft Auto.
Their new Bully game, just to keep up with the times, is Cyberbully.
Just sit on eBay.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but they also have a series that they've stopped really putting out on, which is Midnight Club, which was a racing game. I really enjoyed those games, and so I wouldn't mind another Midnight Club. Though they haven't put one out since forever ago, so that'd be cool. I mean, they added racing to GTA, so it's like that's probably why they stopped putting Midnight Club out. So I don't know, but if they did focus on racing and put one of those out, I'd probably test it out, you know.
I loved Midnight Club.
Yo,
that was my PSP game right there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's just some great. Either way, whatever.
After Sean.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think either way, no matter what happens, we're not gonna hear from this game for a long time. So it's just fun to dream about it, and I'm excited to see what they come up with because they always do masterpieces.
So last week there was an announcement from a studio called Slightly Mad, and they put out games like Project Cars, and they did one Need for Speed a while ago, Need for Speed Shift, a few racing games like that, and they announced that they are working on a new console that's supposedly supposed to keep up with gaming computers 2 years from now. And so that means 4K with FPS up to like 110, I believe they said, keeping up with VR with 60 FPS in each eye. And it's supposed to apparently blow away the other competitions like the Xbox, the PS, whatever's coming up. And so they put out this information, and it's very much in the idea stages. It's very much, very early on in the stages of just being announced, but they put out some concept art. And so we took a look at those. And what are your thoughts on this console or the art itself, guys?
I think it sounds cool. I think this guy, Ian Bell, who's the studio head, he kind of sounds like, what's his name? Elon Musk from Tesla. It's like tons of great ideas. Hopefully they come to fruition, but I don't know. Everything about it kind of seems a little like this is going to be a flop, but hopefully not. When I saw the machine, first of all, he gave a bunch of different designs because he's letting people vote on it on Twitter. He's trying to be as interactive as possible and letting people kind of design their own game console, which I like. But one of the console things I'll put up on the screen really quickly, and I just don't understand, like, are they making a gaming console or a bowling alley? Because these look like they could just be those little bowling ball machines.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's another one that looks like a pretty great game console. If you go and you bring up the one that's in the shape of the cube, you just add a handle onto it, and it's like one of the best consoles ever, you know?
Right.
So that's true. It does look very GameCube-y.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to just make something that's looks like nothing we've ever seen before. Um, Soldier Boy tried to do it with his consoles, but that didn't end well for him.
Were they
Soulja
really
Boy
his
taught us
consoles?
if Soldier Boy has taught us anything, is that it's very difficult to get into the console market. That's the one lesson you take away.
I didn't read too much on that, but from what I understand about Soldier Boy, he literally like took someone else's console and put his name on it, like an emulator.
My console and put his name on it.
Yeah,
Gosh, that's so dumb.
it's a rough situation.
Speaking of consoles, I have Cameron's question of the day in honor of Cameron. May he rest in peace. Because he's sick and he needs his rest. So, what's your favorite past generation console? So, it can be anything excluding Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch.
My favorite console, just because I have so many memories of it, is the GameCube, who was made by Nintendo. And that was right after the N64. It competed with the PS2 at the time and the original Xbox. That was a special system to me because my younger brother got a PS2 and my older brother got an Xbox. And so I got the GameCube, which is crazy. And so they were each our special little babies. And so I know you guys loved Super Mario Sunshine on that console. But that's where I was introduced to Super Smash Brothers Melee. That's where my adventure started in the SSB world, Super Smash Brothers.
You're legit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I am legit.
SSB.
SSB. Other games like Pikmin was really fun. I don't know if you guys remember Pikmin. Animal Crossing started on the GameCube, I believe. And so it was just a good, I mean, it wasn't the most successful money-wise, but I think it really had a special audience of like really unique, interesting games. Like, I know you guys love certain games on that, but yeah, I just love the GameCube and still have mine, but I don't play it, but I still have it.
So Brent, I probably shouldn't have let you go on first because you definitely stole my console there.
I'm sorry, dude.
I had a lot of good memories with my dear brother.
Ooh, Michael?
Yeah, but no, good memories on the GameCube. But since GameCube was a great console in such a small package, I'm going to go over to another one of Nintendo's consoles that came in a small package and talk about the 3DS. I know this is kind of like it's going handheld now, but the 3DS was a really great console. You ever played the Pokemon games on it? It was awesome. The library is humongous. And if you're a fan of like RPGs and platformers like me, like you're literally going to be in heaven with the 3DS. Just such a great library. And then also like some really great ports of Nintendo's greatest games, like getting back Luigi's Mansion recently and having Legend of Zelda on there, having so many different series and so many different memories on one console. I had that from the end of my high school to most of college. And so I played that console probably the most because that was the most time I ever had to have gaming in my life. So yeah.
That's a good one.
That's nice.
I like those two. I also was gonna say GameCube, but I guess I'll switch it up too. I'm a PlayStation guy now for sure, for life, rock hard. But I was an Xbox 360 guy in middle school and high school, mostly high school, and that console was probably my favorite outside of any Nintendo console, just because you guys can fact check me on this one, but I feel like that was Xbox Live's first like real launch. Like they had it, I believe, on the original Xbox, but like it really got big on Xbox 360, and they released, I think it was Halo 3, and like that game, literally every day I would go home, say bye to my friends from school, and then we'd be like, okay, 5:00, you on? And we'd all like have our little headsets on and like play Halo, and you'd always be in the Banshee with the Halo while you're playing Halo, and then you'd like go to pick up one of your friends when they were getting shot at, and then you'd like drive by them to kind of like mess with them. Oh, the memories.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
Some good memories, Michael.
The good memories of just messing with friends. But no, I think the Xbox 360 was like very ahead of its time and like way better than PlayStation 3 when it was out. I think now I won't get into the whole Xbox versus PlayStation, but yeah, Xbox 360. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Get your questions in next week because we really want to read some of your tweets and see what you guys want us to talk about. And you can do that again by reaching out to us on Twitter at the Slurp TV or by emailing us theslurp.tv@gmail.com. We're going to be posting some videos this week, so watch out for those. A lot of good ones to be looking out for. And please join us next week for episode 4 of the Slurp. Peace.
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 In the Middle East.
Wow. Amen.